with the permission of President, International Association of Sports and ICT, I welcome you all on behalf of International Association of Sports and ICT to the Global Digi Sports Con 3.0 eDigi Sports Award 2021 to be held on the virtual platform Zoom on 2nd August 2021. We are happy to invite you all to this global event which will witness the marking of the sports technologies and the innovation that can lead to the sports to the next future level. As motto of Olympic says that the faster, higher, stronger, together. Together, with the Digi Sports, the ICT implementation, the sports technologies will change the way the sports being played in this world. As we are marching ahead towards the next decades, and we are witnessing the very fastly changing environment across the globe, we will witness the some most amazing activities that will going to change our mindset and perceptions regarding the playing with games, sports, watching sports activities, and transforming the sports activities. We will witness the changes that are going to happen in this fast decades. Now, I am going to invite our dynamic, visionary, and most active personality of the sports domain, Professor Dr. D. Shanmugnathan, who will give us the inaugural speech for as a chairman of this Global Digi Sports Con 3.0. Professor Dr. D. Shanmugnathan has.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Please welcome.
Yeah, thank you. So let me start.
Sure, sir. We are waiting.
Yeah. Professor Dr. Jagannath Patnaik, Vice Chancellor, Ikoi University, Sikkim. Professor Dr. Harish Bitok, Chief Mentor of International Association for Sports and ICT. Professor Dr. K.S. Sharak, Co-Chairman, IASI. Professor Dr. Deepak Jain, Innovation Society of India. Professor Dr. Sinha, the President, International Association of Sports and ICT. Professor Dr. Aziz Swami, Vice President, International Association of Sports and ICT. Honorable members, all the participants, and the IASI award winners, ladies and gentlemen, who are all connected in the online board. Good evening to every one of you, and my namaste to all of you. My dear friend, today morning I was very dull and insensitive also. And I have second opinion whether to participate or not, despite forgetting my responsibility as Secretary General. I supposed to present in the meeting. Then I thought, okay, if I am not there, yeah, all-rounder Professor Charak is there, the dynamic President Sinha is there. What brings loss to the organization or the today's event? Nothing. But I was totally dull. It is quite unusual. So, my dear friend, all of a sudden, a usual morning message I got from Professor Sinha, Vice President of IASI. And that message was the valuable portable quotes of Professor Abdul Kalam, late President APJ Abdul Kalamji. That is, without your involvement, you can't succeed. without your involvement, you can't succeed. With your involvement, you can't fail. So that's a wonderful quote. I got a fresh energy in me, and I got back to my normal position and normal mind. All of a sudden, that depression, everything has gone, and I'm continuously enjoying support from Dr. Sinhaji about this about this program. Actually, today we have a very, very valuable guest, a person of multidimensional knowledge, rather three-dimensional knowledge. He knows the present, past, and a very outstanding academic, a dynamic administrator, and contributed many higher level bodies in terms of administration and in terms of government administration, etc. We are very fortunate enough to have such a prestigious personality as our chief guest. So the credit goes to Dr. Sinha for arranging such a wonderful person for this fitting event. Today is a very, very important day. Before that, I must mention few words about how this organization was founded. Along with Professor Sinhaji and Professor Ashish Swamiji, I was also a founder member of this International Association for Sports and ICT. It was a wonderful day. I had an opportunity to meet Professor Sinhaji during an important event that was an international conference with regards to recent technology, took place at Subodh Jain College in the year 2018, 4th and 5th October. Towards the end of the concluding day, Professor Sinhaji spared little time and we had elaborated discussion. During our discussion, I have just generated an idea. Professor Sinhaji, you are all equipped with technical knowledge. That means you are an expert in the field of technology. And we are looking for technical support. If you create a platform to support sports and ICT can travel together. As a result of that, we will encourage the youth who are readily coming forward to use the technology for the promotion of sports and sports education in future. A very generous, a knowledgeable person at the young age, immediately he took a chalk piece and he went to the board. Okay, this is the aims and objectives of the association. And already Asian African Development Council is there. You need not go for fresh registration and suffer. We will help you to add this association under Council for Sustainable Peace and Development and ADCO, and he has guided a lot of guidance. Professor Sinhaji took all pain and effort. As a result of that, today we are able to host the 3rd anniversary of International Association of Sports and ICT. The first program, I had been given the opportunity by Professor Sinhaji to organize the international event at Kanyakumari during 2nd and 3rd August 2019. More than 200 delegates from all across the country and a few delegates from overseas also participated. The program inaugurated by the then President of Computer Society of India, who is also the mentor of our President Professor Sinhaji. He inaugurated the event, and we have added many new technology which expected to support future sports education and sports activities. There we have arrived at a conclusion to establish digital sports park also at national headquarters as well as metropolitan cities. The second anniversary, due to COVID, we could not be able to do it physically. However, we have not failed. We have organized the second anniversary also last year, the same date, same time, virtually. This is the third year. Dr. Sinhaji and Professor Ashish, within the short spell of 24 hours, not even 24 hours, they have managed to organize such a wonderful event along with the award-winning ceremony. Later, they have since it is a short time, they have decided to have the award ceremony on October 24th on the eve of UN Day. That was also a fitting idea initiated by Professor Sinhaji. In fact, the first international conference was witnessed by many people all across the country, and the overwhelming response from overseas also. As a result of that, today we are continuously organizing the third anniversary also on the same day, that is August 2nd and 3rd. And so many valuable members are here. Dr. Harish Trunk was associated with during the Innovation Society of India program organized recently. And Professor Charak was all-rounder who will have overall responsibility. If there is a question, who will have overall responsibility to coordinate and overseeing, then everybody's mind automatically, unquestionably comes the Professor Charak's name. So he is with us for all our activities. Indeed, we are very, very happy to have Professor Charak on this occasion. And Professor Dr. Deepak Jain, I met him during the Innovation Society of India's program a couple of months back, organized by Asia Africa Development Council. Then I also met him during the World Creativity Conclave held recently. Likewise, so many learned members are connected in the online board. I personally feel sports is strengthened. Now it is the time of Tokyo Olympic, and so many new records are created every day. Though it is not Indians, the athletes are creating records. It is a proud honor to the globe as well as all human beings in general, and in particular the learned academicians like us. So I should be thankful to all the members. Friends, today technology is needed everyone, especially for sports persons. After the establishment of International Association of Sports and ICT, my own colleagues, they have developed a lot of digital technology. Recently, one of my colleagues, Professor Sedu, he has developed for laying off a standard truck with international standard by using digital technology, and he has produced a video also. It became popular among the physical education students. And my other friend, Dr. Armugam, he is using digital technology for research activities and other coaching activities. Similarly, one high performance athletic coach, he is using digital technology for his coaching purpose. Likewise, there are many people, they are using digital technology on their day-to-day enrichment of coaching, teaching, and enhancing the performance of athletes. So today, digital technology played a very, very vital role to promote not only many areas, other areas, but especially in general, but also in particular, sports gained much profit from technology. The recent Tokyo Olympic. That logo only we are using for our today's program. That in the Tokyo Olympic, robot was started scoring basket from the 3-zone as well as from the middle of the court. It admired the whole audience throughout the world. That video only appears for our today's event also. Rightly used by Sinhaji, because Sinhaji, I must tell a few words about Sinha. He is a person of KM. KM means it is nothing but knowledge management. What is knowledge management? Reach, deep, and open communication. All these three dimensions always he possesses. Therefore, he is a good knowledge management person. Also, the classic online definition of knowledge management was offered by Tom Davenport, early 1994. That is, knowledge management is a process of capturing, distributing, and effectively using the knowledge. Probably no better or more single line definition has appeared since 1994, except this definition about knowledge management. Perhaps learned professors are here. You may find any good definition better than this. You can bring to this platform. Here, how I compared these two lines: capturing, distributing, and effectively using knowledge, as referred by or as offered by Tom Davenport in the year 1994. Here, Dr. Sinha just captured the robot video from Tokyo Olympic. He did not simply kept in his bureau. He effectively prepared something with regards to the today's conference, and distributed effectively by using his knowledge, adding music, etc., and many information. So this is the way he performed. Therefore, I am proud to call him as a efficient knowledge management person. So, therefore, technology is a supporting element for sports. It should be used properly. We need the support of the tech experts like you for our future promotion. We want you to share a lot of ideas on today's program. So, on this occasion, once again, I appreciate Dr. Sinha and Dr. Swamiji coming forward to host the 3rd anniversary on the right day, the day we have founded and the day we have started the first international conference at Kanyakumari on 2nd and 3rd August 2019. The same day he has not missed. Therefore, he has chosen the right date and he has created a good platform to deliberate and discuss many things on sports technology. And you might have seen a lot of technology taken place in the Tokyo, how it can be applied for applied research in higher educational institutions, because we are all the stakeholders of higher education. Therefore, your valuable ideas are most welcome. Once again, I welcome all the members who are assembled here, and President, Secretary, and the Chief Guest, and other members, and the co-chairperson, Dr. Charak and Harris, Dr. Deepak Jain, and other all members, and the award winners. Thank you very much for giving opportunity to share little ideas, and welcome all of you. So thank you very much. We'll have the meeting continuously. Thank you. All the very much, dear friends. All the best, dear friends. Okay, Swamiji, I conclude my chairperson's address.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Very well, rightly said that you have summarized all the activities, major activities conducted by the International Association of Sports and ICT, how the ICT, this platform has come into existence, and what are the major aims of this activity. Now, may I now invite Harish Tang, who is the chief mentor of this International Association of Sports and ICT, to please give his address and share his views regarding the International Association of Sports and ICT, how the technology came together with the sports and what are the his views according to this technology. Harish, sir, please. Professor Harish.
The light right now is not available. Maybe some technical issue are there.
I think Professor Harish has some technical issues. Okay, meanwhile, we'll move ahead and in the next, we will now, it will be pleasure for me to invite the President, International Association of Sports and ICT, none other than the Professor Ripuranjan Sinha, to share his views on future of sports, how biometric technology and bionics will boost the performance and reduce the injuries. I invite Professor Ripuranjan Sinha, President, International Association of Sports and ICT, to share his views on the topic. Professor Sinha.
Yeah, good evening to all of you. First of all, thanks to Dr. Sanmugnathan to say a word towards the knowledge management. Actually, management, it deals with the tacit and explicit both. Definitely. So tacit knowledge is available with the Dr. Sanmugnathan. I'm just working in the form of the explicit knowledge. So again, thanks to all. Thank to Dr. Ashish Swami also for doing such marvelous preparation for that all the things effectively and efficiently. All the team members, all the participants of DG Sports Con 3.0. Chief guest, Representia, Professor Dr. Jagannath Patni, resource person, mentors, and all my associates. I like to thank to Professor Dr. Sanmugnathan for the formulation of International Association of Sports and ICT as a visionary plan and concept initiated at Jaipur, Rajasthan on 18th August 2018 and first draft executed on 2nd August 2019. I like to thank to my young dynamic mentor, none of them, Professor Patni. He is the founder of various international and national university and member of various global boards. I like to thank to my professor, Dr. Kuldeep Charak Sahab, for his tremendous support to make event powerful and energetic. I like to thank to Dr. Ashish Swami, Dr. Deepak Jain, General Secretary of Innovation Society of India, and other founder member of the Innovation Society, International Association of Sports and ICT, Council for Sustainable Peace and Development. Today, we are discussing and celebrating third year journey of International Association of Sports and ICT. And as a professor, Information and Communication Technology, and Vice Chancellor, promoter, global innovation, peace, and sustainable development in tune with United Nations Sustainable Development Agenda 2030, African Union Development Agenda 2063, Uganda Development Agenda 2040, India Growth Index, India at 75. I am presenting my view on futuristic digi sports and future of sports, biometric technology, and binocs will boost performance and reduce injury too. On view with the degree of suspicious in some circles, technology influence on elite sports is growing all the time. Golf club, tennis rackets, and running shoe are becoming more advanced and innovative all the times, with new materials and design taking athlete performance to higher level. Meanwhile, the use of data analytics and video analysis used to perform and inform training programs identify talents, and optimize strategies also. The next step in this evolution is the greater use of biometric technology and real-time data too. Athletes will have access to a new data source, while the greater availability of technology that can make sense of this information closer to the point of the capture will mean it can be useful during an event, not just before and after. Athletes will able to enhance their performance significantly and reduce the risk of injuries, potentially prolonging their careers. According to the futurologists and futurologists, the teams who have made a series of predictions for the gross rivals, I believe that the by 2025 in-game player monitoring will be commonplace in the football also. Especially, data will be collected from the sensor borne by the players and through video footage also. This means coach would be able to substitute players before an injury occur or excessive fatigue kick-ons. Clubs already make extensive use of analytics to assess performance and predict injuries with artificial intelligence used to detect patterns in fitness records and video analysis in essential tools for shooting and training also. The revolutionary element in the fact it can be done in real time. We all are witness of last year. FIFA already changed this rule so that player could wear wearable technology during match, while the use of visual recordings algorithm on video footage will open up an entirely new repository of data that can be analyzed. Enhanced connectivity, the widespread use of cloud computing and pitch-side mobile device mean coaching staff can act upon information during a match, not afterward when it might be too late. Other sports such as athletes also stand to benefit. Crestwide predict long distance runner will be able to monitor hydration level, care body temperature, and respirations to make change to their strategy with insight from artificial intelligence. Further into the future, a new technology could be applied in the field of play to reduce injuries. For example, tennis courts made from the safer material could lessen the risk of the lower limb strain and potentially extended careers. And by 2050, tennis player could be used bionics enhancement, giving authority a challenge in determining the difference between active and passive technology. On the social pitch, players could have performance enhancing boots and strips that reduce fatigue in lower muscles groups also. Alongside reduce injury risks, abilities such as running, heading, and kicking could be enhanced. Mixed reality reality and technology could also give player additional information on the field. With a few decades, goalkeepers could be using a augmented or virtual reality technology too to see this information in a visual format that blurs the link between the digital and physical worlds. In future of sports, most sports use data analytics to identify the potential of young athletes. However, in the future, this could be done before puberty with children who have highest potential steer toward elite programs. These last predictions might be a little dystopian, but other are less surprising. Formula One will adopt electric car technology that esports will continue to rise in the popularity. Of course, some are more speculative than others, but all demonstrate the extent to which technology will influence the world of sports over the decade to come. The challenge for the authority is to maintain the balance between elite performance and unpredictability that make sports so computing. With the word of the Michael Phillips, you dream, you plan, you reach. There will be obstacle, there will be doubters, there will be mistakes, but with hard work, with belief, with confidence and trust in yourself and those around you, there are no limits. I like to congratulate and concluding this talks. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor, for showing us the opportunity and giving us the brief about how this sports is going to change the entire community in the coming decades. It's an excellent speech given by the president, International Association of Sports and ICT, that how the sports can be transformed using the digital technologies and how these digital technologies will help the players in getting in mitigating the injuries that will take place during the matches. How the big data and technology will support the coaches and the all the sports managers to control the activities and make the players more efficient and more innovative in their activities. So, as the professor has already told you that these are the activities that will be going to change the future of the world. Now, as we are into the starting of the new decade, that will definitely going to transform the technology and will definitely going to enhance the motion of the sports. That how the sports will transform the using the digital technology, as we are already witnessing that Professor Shanmugathan has already shown us, giving in his speech, told us that the robots are playing basketball in the Tokyo 2020 Olympics, which are going conducted in the 2021 era, and how perfectly the basket has been made by the robot from the two-pointer, three-pointer, and from the center of the court, which is very tough situation if anybody knows how to play the basketball. So in such situations, definitely the technology is introducing very efficiently and very hardly into the sports arena. Now, not only into the sports arena, the sports management, sports viewership, sports controlling, and the entire stadium scenario has been changed using the digital sports technology. The sportification and the gamification has got their momentum to improve the viewership of the sports. Now, even at our own place, by sitting at our own place, we can see the replays in many angles that has been taken up just because of the introduction of the technology and blending of the technology with the sports. Now, the big data analytics, augmented reality, and artificial intelligence is changing the sports way in ever changing scenario. Now, esports is becoming the more and more opportunistic way for the new technologies, that the esport will become the biggest sports again into the and gain the Olympic status and expected to by the end of this decade. So we are witnessing the transformation of the sports towards the e-sports technology. And with this aim, the International Association of Sports and ICT has come together to witness and to make these changes into the reality. How the balance of power is of the athletes is shifting with the use of the technology. These are the ways by which the technology is improving again and again at every step, the making the athletes more faster, stronger, and higher achieving their in their activities. And every Olympics we see the previous records are broken up and the new records are made. With the performance level of the athletes are significantly increasing by the use of the technology, as Professor has already Sinha has already told us that the biomedical sciences and neurosciences are introduced very effectively into these sports management activities. That has created an extremely new era or the new field where the opportunities for the sports persons and the ICT blend persons are available. Traditional sports beating the business model will be completely disrupted. Initially, we have witnessed the traditional sports viewership, which will be definitely going to transfer with the e-sports Olympics. We might expect that in the coming decades, by the end of this decade, 2030, we can witness the start of the e-Olympics also, as the Summer Olympics, Winter Olympics. Now the third, the e-Olympics will also take place by the end of this decade. Women sports is increasing popularity, and it has been using the sports technology. The performance of these women athletes has been increased very effectively by use of the technologies. Not only these, the fans viewership, the products of the ICT, the gaming, e-gaming facilities, e-applications, the mobile applications of all the games are being constructed with the use of technology, and it has been gaining popularity day by day. So now, as we are witnessed, we can see that the Olympics, all the Olympic apps, all the sports players, all the big merchant players have created their own apps, and they have created their own gaming applications using the technology. So we are witnessing the global transformation by the blend of digi sports and the technology. So with this motto, the International Association of Sports and ICT has been formulated, having the key objectives. Now I will describe you, briefly summarize you that what are the basic objectives behind the formulation of this International Association of Sports and ICT managed by Council for Sustainable Peace and Development. Basic objective is to promote these and support the United Nations Sustainable Development 2030 Agenda Goal number 3, health and well-being. With this motto, the International Association of Sports and ICT is promoting the sports with the physical health as well as the mental health for being a well-being of the all human and humanities. Because as the Olympic motto has also introduced the word together. This is the basic objective, that the sports activities bring together all across the globe at the one platform. This is the only platform on which all the nations are coming together, and they are becoming together, and they all are achieving the same kind of activities. Today, or in the Olympics, we have seen in the today Olympic, we have witnessed that in the pole vault situation, where two final athletes has reached up to the 2.37-meter height, and now even after giving the opportunity three times, they both have not crossed that landmark of 2.37 meters, and they both have shared the gold medal, and this has created another history of togetherness, that how the platform is being used to bring the people together and make the world a better place for all the activities. The digital sports, India, to promote the digital sports in India is the another objective of the Council, International Association of Sports and ICT. With the Make in India sports equipment and technology, we have formulated this, and the products of the IASI should match the standards of the global level where we can compete. We have got many products that are being supported at the international levels to guide and assist and promote physical fitness, ICT, and sports education among the people is the another objective of the internet IASI. To provide scientific guidance and assistance to the sports fraternity regarding the medical and health aspects of the training in sports is another domain which council, this IASI is looking forward. Stand up India in Olympic Games through the scientific and technical assistance is the program initiated by the government of India. The IASI is bound to support this stand-up target podium Olympic in the with the government of India motto to support and promote the sports activities right from the school level, so that while in the school level only the students can achieve the proper training and reach to the proper technical supports with the up to the higher level. To conduct the research in the field of sports education and sports sciences, technological aspects of the sports and allied sciences is another agenda of the sport IASI. Now, all these activities, the another IASI objective is to print and publish the articles, periodicals, pamphlets on the topics related to the sports medicine, allied sciences, and ICT, etc., related to the sports domain. To provide the assistance in establishing the national level center for digi sports excellence at each state of the country and the international center for digi sports excellence at the headquarters of the IASI, and to assist the state units and to establish the digi sports academy or the institutions within their own jurisdiction. This is the basic objective for promotion of the sports activities at the national and international level in India. With this motto, the IASI has been established. The IASI Digi Sports Academy shall be operated and directed by the sports director of every Digi Sports Academy. The various activities that will be performed at the IASI Digi Sports Academy will be the promotion of sports, sports education, technology-oriented research, conduction of the national and international level sports program on the day of national importance, training and the diploma programs on ICT, virtual education, human body analysis with sensors, etc. Generation of memberships for IASI. To organize the seminars, symposium, and workshops in the sports and medicine and allied sciences is the big objectives of this IASI. To get the IASI affiliated as the unit of the Council for Sustainable Peace and Development and associate with the various international sports association. To get the membership of AIU and other international level university tournament and providing the platform for various sports level sports performer athletes to these national and international sports associations. Formulation of the delegation team for the delegation sports promotion with the ICT to UN, UNESCO, ASEAN countries, SAARC nations, BRICS, etc. to promote the activities of IASI and support the UNSDG 2030 goal number 3. To promote the sports scientists, managers, journalists, physicians, educationalists, sports architects, etc. These are the basic objectives for the International Association of Sports and ICT. For this, the various type of memberships for the IASI has been opened for the at the various level. These memberships will be in the form of fellow membership, life membership, and the annual membership. The basic idea behind this is that with the help of these membership, various stakeholders of the IASI will get benefit for with the use of technology and other activities. So these are the basic objectives behind the formulation of International Association of Sports and ICT. With this, I will like to add up, would like to take the views from the all the participants that how they feel and what are the basic needs of an hour for this digi sports as well as the sports and technology to be blended together. All the participants are invited to give their views on these topics.
All are invited to participate as stated by Dr. Ashish Swami regarding the futuristics. If anyone want to give input that will boost up the and accelerate the power of the future sports and sports era. So we all are very happy and all eyes. Kindly share your view. Audience are requested to share your view, please.
Kindly announce the status of award winners list and all.
Meanwhile, I think Professor Harish B. Tang, the chief mentor of IASI, is available here. So, with the permission of Professor Sinha, may I invite now the Professor Harish Tang to share his views regarding IASI. Professor Harish.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Harish.
Hope I am audible.
Yes, you are audible, sir. Please, we are
Yes, sir.
waiting to hear your views.
Yes, sir. As some of my friends work in this field, and even I have worked in this field as far as sports and ICT is concerned, much of the things are being done. There was a sort of a biofeedback mechanism. Nowadays, this particular technique is used in cricket. That gives us the exact movement of any of the athlete or a player. This can be used with any of these Olympic players or any other player to make their performance more effective or to make an alteration in their movement to get optimum results. Professor Dr. DS might be knowing it quite well. How far this biofeedback mechanism is used in other sports? Can you throw some light?
As Professor Harris said rightly, biomechanic principles in sports is one of the essential and needy area. And Sports Authority of India, they have biomechanic lab and all, and they are giving training. They are visualizing the players' performance during the trials, during the practice session, during the trial session, and they calculate the performance level, the muscles involving, the nerves involving, and how much calorie they are supposed to consume, what is excess, what is to be added, what is to be eliminated. Everything through biomechanical principles, they are coaching, sir. It is there. And one of our friend, Dr. Saju Joseph, who was also a vice president of International Association of Sports and ICT, he is a biomechanic expertise. He is working in Malaysia. The Malaysia government engaged him as a biomechanist scientist. It is one of the supporting agency to enhance the performance of players of all areas. All areas. You are right, sir. You are right.
So this can be thought of, let us try to push it to some other sports activity too. Instead of fixing it towards only cricket, the same mechanism, biofeedback mechanism, can be used in some other sports too. More specifically, if this can be used in the Olympic candidates, then by making certain alteration in the speed, in the style, in the way they run or way they throw, I think their performance can be enhanced.
Yes, sir. Not only cricket, the other games also. Athletes, they are undergoing and similarly footballers, hockey players, basketballers, all they are using the scientific advantages available through biomechanics. And with the sports scientists, we have expert sports scientist in this field. And SOI is Sports Society of India is continuously conducting seminar on biomechanics. Last couple of weeks, they are continuously organizing seminar on biomechanics. And not only in cricket, sir, in other games also the players are getting benefit out of these biomechanic principles and biomechanic coaching through biomechanic science and all. Because I am much associated with my friend Dr. Saju Joseph. He is expert in the field. He explained about how the biomechanic principles are applied for sports activities, and every sports persons who are performing at national level and international level. Because mere skill or mere power of sportsman cannot help, and biomechanical principles also, it is one of the major factor to enhance and promote the sports performance at higher levels. You are right. You are right. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your kind input about this ICT in sports. Ripuranjan ji, I'm very much thankful to you for giving me this opportunity to be here and to have an idea about where this sports will, in a real sense, how optimally they are trying to use this ICT in their area. Over to Ripuranjan Singh.
Yeah. Nice of you, sir. Nice of you. Nice of you, sir.
Thank you, Professor Dr. Harstang. Again, as usual, you contributed for the betterment of the International Association of Sports and ICT as a founder, Innovation Society of India. And overall, I always so called as a Mota Bhai. He also give the path to proceed further in the direction of the visionary plan and action toward the betterment of the whatever the requirement for the upcoming society and forthcoming society. So again, thanks for your valuable input at this crucial time. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
And IOSI, my one more suggestion to the president. IASI, we supposed to collaborate with some research centers or some universities who are really coming forward with the project of applied research on sports. If any technical support IASI is able to provide or offer by inviting technical experts or technology experts and providing the service to that particular university to promote the applied research, it will be much helpful for the future sports persons as well as persons who are aspirant for sports and physical education research. Of course, we are expecting good support from the technology people for the enhancement of sports at a higher level.
Actually, Dr. Shanmugathan, we have already opened our hand for the betterment of the International Association of Sports and ICT. Definitely, the platform is the International Association of Sports and ICT. We are open for the global innovation, peace, prosperity, and sustainable development in tune with the United Nations Sustainable Agenda. And we are promoting here the goal number 3, that is the health and well-being. So whatever the requirement, if I will get the opportunity and any queries, definitely International Association of Sports and ICT shall perform better and give the better output for the betterment of the forthcoming resources. Thank you very much.
We can guide them what are the new research areas by using technology and what are the support we can give for applied research. Likewise, definitely we can collaborate with some universities and we extend our support to the young aspirant who want to do the applied research on sports and physical education. Because you are all technical experts. Other than IASI, ADCO is associated with many organizations like Innovation Society of India and creativity council and all. So just to collect your friends and get their support for our future promotion, it will be much helpful, and it will pave a new way, new avenues to the sports students or sports educationists who are coming forward with applied research. That is my humble suggestion.
All suggestions are well written and well noted for the betterment of the International Association of Sports and ICT, and for the betterment of the sports entire human resource for who are involved, actively involved in the sports and the sports related business and services. So we have already opened the membership for the International Association of Sports and ICT, and we are constantly providing the service for the sports domain in the various areas. We have also opened up the venue and one beings of the International Association of Sports and ICT that is already operated from the UAE, from the our Dubai office. So definitely we will consider and we will promote all the action activities effectively and efficiently.
Thank you. Thank you. Very kind of you.
Thank you, Professor Sinha, and thank you, Shanmuganathan sir, for providing you the valuable inputs regarding the opportunities for shaking hand with the some universities in providing the support of digital technologies and applied sports research activities. Definitely, your point is well noted, and we will work together, and we will invite the all the stakeholders of the IASI to be part of this journey. We have already shared the link of the membership links in the chat box. We can all the stakeholders can check it through that membership form, and they can use the IASI as a platform to promote the sports and other related activities using the ICT. We have got Dr. KP Martin also along with us, and I would request Dr. KP Martin to with all of us so that we can get benefit from his wisdom also. Martin, sir.
Respected professors, clearly it is a wonderful day. I am participating as a member of the IASI. Last year, I was attended on an international program held at Kanyakumari. It was a wonderful organization under the able leadership of Professor Sinha and Professor Dr. Shanmuganathan. Is a very active member. Really, I am appreciating him, and he is the one of the. I think he is a God gift for physical education because he is having a vast knowledge in the area of sports and physical education. So now I am attending the second this digital technological program. It is a very useful, advanced technology, and it is very useful for enhance the performance for higher level. As I said, stronger, higher, and faster. So really, in future, this organization, it helps the budding athletes, those who are participating for our nation in the international arena. Really, it is a wonderful event and enhance the performance we can be able to see. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Nicely sharing. Now in the Olympic motto, they have added one more word, sir. Faster, higher, stronger, and together also now added by the International Olympic Committee. Together also added, sir. Now, just for information I'm sharing. Yeah, the International Olympic Committee is added now together also.
Yeah,
Very nice of you, sir, for sharing your
Thank
valuable
you, sir. Thank you.
views. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Martin, sir.
Thank you,
Now,
sir.
Dr. Armugnathan is also with us. He's a board member of IASI, and he is very actively engaged in the research activities along with the utilization of sports with the blending of ICT. He is very actively engaged in training the young athletes by using the digital technologies. So I would like to invite him, Dr. Armugam, to share his views regarding the IASI and how this platform is benefiting the young talent in the down and in the uh, down south part of the India. Dr. Armugam.
No. Dr. Anmugam Subramani.
Armugam is not available here. I think he has got some technical issues. But
What's, sir, kindly, sir, this also please, if possible, please announce, sir. When the award ceremony will take place, that also officially.
sure, definitely we'll do it. I think Gopal Krishna wants to share his views. So Gopal Krishna has raised his hand. Gopal Krishna, please, over to you.
No, sorry, sir. Sorry, sir. My hand by mistake touched, sir. Sorry, sir.
So would you like to add something to this platform?
So anyone have a questions if you have, because we are still receiving nomination, and nomination is going on, and award shall be declared, means especially award declared, and we will celebration on the UN day on the 24th of October as per the charter of the Asia Africa Development Council and Council for Sustainable Peace and Development. So every year we celebrate UN Day because we all are the promoter of the United Nations Sustainable Development Agenda, and we are one of the NGO who are actively participating and going to be a consultative status from the United Nations. So if you have any questions, we will declare this award on the 24th of October 2021. We are still nominating more than 100 nominations we have already received, because our jury board, we have submitted the application to jury board, and our jury board are saying we will not declare this award shall be declared on 24th of October during the UN Day celebration by the Council for Sustainable Peace and Development, and one of the body of International Association of Sports and ICT. So over to Dr. Sanmugnathan, if they want to say anything, then welcome.
No problem. Let them tell their views. No problem.
Because nomination is, our jury board are saying that we have already submitted the all nomination, but it's still nomination.
Actually, this nomination is invited just to encourage the sports persons, the youth, the sports youth, to promote their academic activities as well as their other credibilities, academic activities, thereby to enhance the credibilities. In short, to encourage the sports educationists, sports persons, sports managers, sports administrators, sports coaches, etc. Therefore, 24th is not far away. people will definitely wait. So you can try to award a maximum number of people. They really deserve for such a prestigious award established by or created by IASI under Council for Sustainable Peace and Development. Thank you, Dr. Sinhaji.
So as the president, International
And
Press
what
Association.
happened, Professor Charak? Professor Charak is there? Anything he wants to speak?
Actually, I think Professor Charak is on the way.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes,
Actually,
I'm there, Dr. Sinha.
yeah. Welcome, sir.
Professor Charak, our moderator, our all-rounder, our overall player. If anyone asks the question, who will have overall responsibility? Then everybody's answer is Professor Charak. Therefore, we expect something from Professor Charak. Please.
No, I'm there. I've just landed home.
Okay.
In fact, I have been very carefully listening to all my good speakers, right from the first go when Dr. Shanmuganathan introduced the conference. So first of all, in fact, I have to give the congratulations to entire team, including our president, Dr. Ripuranjan Sinha, and the in charge of the sports activities, Dr. Shanmuganathan, and the main organizer of these events, Dr. Swami. And of course, I'm only trying to help out sometimes from the distant place, but nonetheless, I'm part of the organization. So a lot of good things have been discussed today. That the use of the ICT, the sports, and the physical activities. In fact, the time has come when we need to have in every state an independent sports university, and these universities are supposed to be headed by the people, none other than the people who have excelled in the sports, and they are the only people who can basically look after the entire requirements and the nitty-gritty of the sports and sports culture and the promotion and the growth of the whole lot of things. If we look at the brief history, uh, we are not getting into the first 5 or 8 or 10 or even the 20 people, 20 countries who are scoring a huge number of medals in Olympics. So these kind of things go to either to China, to Japan, or the other European countries, or in certain cases to US and UK. So that means we are lacking on this front. And towards the application of the ICT, the sports, we discuss about the biomechanics principles. So I think we had been using the ICT in the sports arena since quite some time, but that was only on the few selected sports like the simulators,
Sir.
and use of simulators in these in the
Hello.
recent times. The recent time use the use of
Hello.
simulators along with the application of the biomechanic principles. Now that has become all the more very imperative, and that is where I think if these kind of things are promoted in our physical and
Aji,
sports kind of fields,
क्या
and the
bro?
excellence,
Wind up
the excellence. Hello,
कर देते हैं ये आर्मुगम आ गया अभी तक चलो बुला
somebody is. Sir, shall I continue or stop?
sorry to
Hello?
interrupt you sir
Please continue.
please continue sir.
Okay, no, I thought somebody is trying to stop me. I'll stop.
No sorry sir, sorry for disturbance, please continue.
No, that happens. That happens. Now we are used to these kind of things on the virtual platform. And the point I'm trying to make is the use of ICT. It was there since quite some time, but then in the recent times it has become all the more important. And in almost all the fields, now whatever the fields, you look at the people who are running on the tracks, or they are playing football, the volleyball, the badminton, or the cricket, whatever the game, even the indoor games, and it's basically more applicable in the areas where the physical efforts are more applicable, and certain decisions are to be taken.
those have to be taken in the fraction of seconds, and the application of mind, maybe in the coordination of the physics and a whole lot of those things. So as I said earlier, we were using only simulators. The simulators, those were not a very advanced level. But now, the coordination of the biomechanics principles and the simulator and the rest of the ICT techniques, we can excel in all areas. And Dr. Shanmuganathan is the authority on this subject to speak about. I'm only just trying to give the suggestions. So that is what my suggestion is, briefly, from the application of or the importance of the significance of the ICT in the imports arena. And number two, I'm also basically have been made the chairman of the award committee. We have received, as our president, Dr. Dipuranjan Sinha, has told, we have received more than 100 odd nominations. And the scrutiny committee, which of course I am heading, we have listed few of them. But I think this is not the suitable time to announce, as the final decisions or final list of those awardees is going to be announced on 24th of October, which is the UN Day. The reason being, which has been told, is we are the activities which we are following, including the sports and the rest of the things, are basically the extension of the UN Charter. And since we celebrate the UN Day on that day, and therefore we'll declare the final nominations and the awards on that particular day. I think till then, our good friends, they need to wait and stay with us. So that is what I have to convey, and I wish all the best to all my participants and my co-organizers from the length and the breadth of the country and across. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Professor Sarak, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And without the speech of Kuldeep, sir, all the events are never ended. So we have witnessed the beautiful speech describing in nutshell the sports and ICT and digital technologies from the Charak sir. Now moving towards the end of this event, before moving towards the vote of thanks by Professor Shanmuganathan sir, if anybody is wants to share his views, they are welcome. Armuganathan, Armugam, we will be happy to share your views also.
Actually, after the event in Kanyakumari, we have not heard and we have not listened any action and activity toward the Armuganathan. So we always talk to the Dr. Shanmuganathan, but no, we have not talked with the Dr. Armuganathan. Okay.
Yes, sir. Please. Am I audible, sir?
Yeah.
Yes, please go ahead.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good evening, wonderful person for this forum. First of all, I congratulate and thank providing opportunity to everyone share their views regarding the ICT tool, which is useful to the sports performance. Regarding the ICT, it plays a vital role in every physical education and also sports movements. Today's the world is continuously changing over many things. Even though the ICT and the technology, it changes many things in sports performance. When the coaches, they are trained their athletes, today's many of the technologies and technology knowledge of technology also needed the coaches to improve their trainees' performance. The technology, it is revolutioning the sports training by live tracking performance, such perfecting the athletic movements, like enhancing the communication things and virtually eliminating the injuries also. Okay. Many of the technologies today's the athletic and sports games, they have to use to find out the correct decision. When the umpires and referees, they have checked the fine point of correction, the technology will support to find out the right decisions. For example, the cricket, they use for the how high technology. This technology, how the balls are projectively moves, that will be very accurately we can find out by how high technology, which is very much useful to the cricket bowlers. How much amount of force it is applied during the bowling situations. After the bouncing the ball, how much it is higher it takes the bounce. That will be find out by the how high technology through which we can get the right performance things. Then there are tracking performance technology also available. When we are wearing in the tracking technology, the players can know about their performance, breathing rate, heart rate, hydrogen, and the temperature. Everything it is known through the tracking performance tool. Then also many technologies we can able to find out in the underwater movements. While swimmers are doing their swimming pool in their movements, it will find out by the some very high power cameras. Camera like technology will be supported to find out the movements of the swimmers. This kind of technique definitely support the correction of the movements. That correction will makes the perfect the movement. That perfection will give the good performance of the athlete. So such a way, many things technology is in the sports activities, and also the technology will support to eliminate the injuries. Right path of movement will be support. If you are performing in the right movement, the injuries will be avoided. Definitely, the player can escape from the injuries. Then the sports scorecard is a digital scorecard. We can see in the cricket scorecard or football matches scorecard. Everything detailed scorecard it is displayed in the stadium. Every one of the audience they can view through the LED display what is the score of the presently it is going on. Likewise, things the performance of the athletes, timing, who is first, which country is come to the position. Everything it is displayed in the digital scorecard. That is also one of the technology used for the sports events. Then virtual advertisement. There are many virtual advertisements also. Mostly sports events they are using for the advertisement, through which they are gain the business people's more in the advertising virtual mode. Likewise, the 3D athletic tracking also, the new technology available to find out the athletic movement. When the long jumpers, after the takeoff, the flighting path, how the jumpers are moving in the air, what are the movement are doing, which movement is suitable one. Likewise, many things it is shown to the 3D technology through which the camera operation. Then sports photographs. Today's many sports photographs also using in the sports events. When we can see in the TV programs the clear picture, we can able to view through which the finest camera digital technology. we cannot able to see when we are witnessing the program in the in person, but when we are viewing in the TV or the mode of YouTube like channels, we can able to see the accurate athletic movement. The cameraman they can capture the picture and video mode pictures they will telecast through the sports photography technologies. So the likewise many technologies are today's plays a vital role in the sports performance and training, competition and the organization side. Everywhere the technology plays a vital role. Definitely without the knowledge of the technology, today's no one can't do the sports in the international arena. So technology and the knowledge of technology, it is essential for every sportsman and every coaches and every organizers needed. Then only they can able to perform and they can organize very well in the sports events. Through which I have coming to conclude in this my presentation. I thank you, Professor Dr. D. Sanmonathan sir and Professor Raghu Ranjan sir and Dr. Ashish Chandraswamy sir and other dignitaries in the forums. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Armugam. A wonderful presentation and lot of information you have given to these members of IASI. And for the gatherings, I would like to share something about Dr. Armugam. Dr. Armugam is presently the head of the Department of Physical Education of Mannoramaniam Sundaranaar University, Tirunelveli, where I got an opportunity to serve more than 3 decades. Now he's head of the Department of Physical Education, number one. He is also a qualified football coach, and he served for government of Tamil Nadu for the development of football in Tamil Nadu in his capacity as a high performance coach. So he is a dual personality, best coach as well as a outstanding academicians. So today he is head of the department. On this occasion, in the presence of all distinguished personality, I congratulate him for the wonderful responsibility entrusted by the authority to Mr. Armugam to head the Department of Physical Education, which had a lot of credibility and credentials in the Indian University sports arena. And today I had an invitation also from Dr. Armugam for a gathering, wonderful gathering, and subsequently a lunch. Actually, as I said in the beginning, I missed because of my poor health status. I cannot say health status. I was not well in the morning. That's what in the beginning I said. I missed that opportunity. So first of all, I congratulate Dr. Armugam for presenting a very valuable information to this august audience by using the IASI platform. And Dr. Armugam is also a EC member of IASI. So we supposed to issue, Sinhaji, we supposed to issue ID card to our members of IASI by announcing little privileges. So what are the privileges? We supposed to design and draft a report, the privileges to be enjoyed by the honorable members of IASI in India and outside. What are the provisions you can offer? Or what are the support IASI can render when the member of IASI visiting the neighboring country or overseas or the Indian universities? So likewise, we have to draft some something, and it has to be offered to all the honorable members of IASI. The second suggestion to Honorable President Dr. Sinhaji, you are the expert of knowledge management, KM. You are a KM. Just like a GM in cricket, you are a KM, a good knowledge manager. So IASI should come forward to organize a short-term program for knowledge management, number one. IASI should offer PDF, post-development fellowship program for sports and physical education students, as well as this ICT people. So these two program IASI can very well offer, because you have experts, you have quite a number of equipped people all over the globe. You have other assistants available in India. By using all these facilities, I humbly request our Honorable President to come forward with a draft proposal of implementing these two programs. One is for PDF, second one is for short-term knowledge management program for students as well as teachers. I hope you will positively announce these two programs during your UN Day celebration, which is also meant for the award ceremony on 24th October. Thank you, and my congratulations to Dr. Armugam for a good presentation, and thank you for your participation. Thank you. So Sinhaji, Ashish ji, please over to Sinhaji.
Yeah, Dr. Sanmugnathan, actually during this event, I got some important point like the E-Olympics, new terminology. Till date, I have not heard the E-Olympics, but Dr. Ashish Swami has initiated the word of E-Olympics. But till date, I have not heard, even though any content are available in the world regarding E-Olympics.
Oh, congratulations, Dr. Ashish Swami.
So that is a very commendable.
Yeah, it's a very commendable.
We will definitely going to witness such kind of activity within coming decades. We are right now in the starting of 2020, and by the end of 2020, that is 2030, the beginning of the 2030 decade, definitely there will going to be an E-Olympics. We will going to witness. Right now, we are witnessing the Olympics, Tokyo Olympics in the 2021 without the audience, and by using of the technology, every corner of the globe is able to view the Olympics sitting at their own places, and witnessing the records that are being made. And we have even witnessed the robots that are playing with so much perfection. That is with the technology thing is needed in the basketball. Being a basketball player, everybody knows that how tough it is to score 3-pointers, and the toughest thing to score the basket from the middle of the court. And with so much perfection, the robot is playing that kind of activity. So this is the beginning of the Olympics. That has just came into my mind, flushed from the Digi Sports platform, thanks to the IASI platform, which has given this kind of idea that how the academics can be part and the technology can be part of the sports. Now they have become the parallel activities. Without the technology, we cannot think the sports. So thanks to the platform and thanks to the organizers, and I feel privileged to be the part of this such a wonderful international forum.
Dr. Ashish Swami, definitely you proposed the word that is E-Olympics. That is one of the biggest challenge and biggest opportunity in the world of e-sports. But till that e-sports are still definitely this is a very good concept you raise here. But what will be the structure and which way we can implement, we can execute the activities? We have to think and we have to identify the modes of operandi also. Okay, so again, I would like to thanks and I would like to congratulate to see your courage toward the Olympics. That is a very challenging task. Okay, another important thing is that as per the statement raised by our member secretary and secretary general, Dr. D. Shanmuganathan sir. Knowledge management is definitely, it's a very crucial, because knowledge management always want change, but knowledge enable does not want to be changed. But how? If while as knowledge enabler know only change is constant, only change is constant, but knowledge enable does not want to be changed. This is a very challenging task in the field of the knowledge management. Historical, during my study period, I have seen various philosophy on the knowledge management, like the Nanakona also approves the status of the knowledge management practices. I given lots of things. All models would entirely depend on that explicit knowledge, but never think about that tacit knowledge. So I contributed something on the tacit knowledge and created some framework for that. But knowledge management, definitely on the board of International Association of Sports and ICT, we will formulate the program, short-term program on the knowledge management practice for the students, not for the students, for the sports only, for the all structures and all the domain of the knowledge enabler or forthcoming knowledge enablers. Second important thing is that you given the another important thing, that is that we need to initiate the postdoctoral fellowship. I have already discussed these things the multiple times with the Professor Dr. Kuldeep S. Cherak, and he is very happy to see such visionary plan regarding the postdoctoral fellowship. We will formulate shortly, and he is my mentor toward the PDF in the respective domains as per the required for the forthcoming generation, because we are crossing the demographic dividend. Here in India, around 65% of population is going to be young during the periods of 2030 and 2035. And right now, we have 55 crores people are the young in the range of below 35 years. So we have a lots of demographic dividend also. So we need to give the chance to share their view, experience, and add on the national economy as a service and product that will give and boost up and brighten the power of knowledge, and that will be inclusions in the financial inclusion parts of the national economy also. As part of the visionary plan and visionary plan by the Honorable Sri Narendra Modi ji, they given that we are going to across the $5 trillion US dollar as a economy. That is the next super powerhouse in economy development. So our contributions are also one of the part in that era. So definitely we have to engage these peoples of demographic dividend through these postdoctorate programs and short-term knowledge management practices are there. So definitely another important things you said that membership, we have already opened the membership, and we will issue the ID card and badges also shortly. We have already initiated the product and services, and that is also available on the website of iasi.asiaafrica.com. So kindly visit the website and share your view if you need, as per the required for the academic requirements, as per required for the industry requirement. We will provide necessary support for the betterment of these forthcoming bodies. And another important thing is regarding that ID and another thing. So what is your plan? We all are happy to accept your vision and mission, and we will work together for the betterment of the forthcoming generation. Thank you very much.
Wonderful, wonderful, Ji. Rich, deep, and open communication. There is a short form of knowledge management. So within a short spell of 24 hours, you are able to organize a good program. As a result of that, we are all able to witness a good event, and we are also witnessed a E-Olympic winner. Dr. Ashish Swami is a part of our program. So, in my capacity as a Secretary General, I am very proud to extend my thanks to the President, Dr. Sinha, Secretary, Vice President Ashish Swamiji, our co-chairperson, and distinguished personality, Dr. K.S. Charakshi, our Chief Mentor, Dr. Harris, and other professor who has shared knowledge on biomechanic principles. A very valuable input he gave, and Dr. Armugam for his presentation, and many other members invisibly, but visibly attending this event. As I said rightly, the right message sent by Mr. Ashish Swami, the valuable quotes of our late President Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Without involvement, we can't win. Involvement, we can't fail. So all the youngsters, I want more number of youth to participate and associate with IASI, and we will have a wonderful journey with our president and other learned professors like Dr. K.P. Martin and others. So my greetings to every one of you who attended the meeting, and thanks a lot to Dr. Sinha and Ashish Swami for making and creating a wonderful, useful show to all the physical educationists as well as the ICT people. Such a great endeavor should continue in future also. We will frequent program also, and we will inform the persons who are really able to participate in our program to address. That also meticulously we are supposed to think of it in future. So thanks a lot to all the members present here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sir, just before
So
ending with the permission of the members, I would like to, as my tradition, I just wanted to share a small video with you all, if the permission is granted from the Shanmugathan sir and Professor sir and all the other stakeholders.
Please, Ji, please, Ji.
So in the word, you dream, you plan, you reach. You dream, you plan, you reach. There will be obstacle, there will be doubters, there will be mistake. But with hard work, with belief, with confidence and trust in yourself.
So this is a small.
You can, we can, our unity makes us all we can. I think, you think, we think our strength is always what we think. I can, you can, we can, our unity makes us all we can. I think, you think, we think our strength is always what we think. Yeah, dreaming is the right when we focus on the right path, making it straight until it get right. Sorrow never end the light when you stuck up in the gap clock. Stand up, round up, singing to the moonlight. I can, you can. Unity makes us all we can.
So this was just a small.
Oh, I am here. I am very happy. Dr. K.P. Martin is here. Now only I am just seeing Dr. K.P. Martin here. He is our member.
Yes, yes.
IASC member, Dr. K.P. Martin. Our IASC member, Dr. K.P. Martin, also here. Happy to see you, Dr. Martin.
Yes, I am also happy to see you. Vanakkam Thalaivarre.
Really, I thought somebody else. Now only just deep only. Now only I am saying you are. See, Dr. K.P. Martin is a very valuable contributor for our IASI, sir. For information to other members. How are you, Dr.
Thank
Martin?
you.
How are you? How are you?
I'm fine. I'm fine, sir. How are you, sir?
Okay.
How are you?
Very fine, very fine. How about your
Wonderful, sir.
daughter, recently wedded daughter? My blessing and wishes to them.
Definitely. Your blessings are always there with us.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Martin. I couldn't recognize you. And there is I thought IT professor something. Then only now I've seen that name, Dr. K.V. Martin. So my best friend is here.